Also, too, you're very active in the field of fighting for human rights.
Yes, particularly the rights of women, because all over the world, the rights of women through such abominations as trafficking and violence, women do not have the dignity that they deserve. So we are careful to look for situations where we can act to promote human dignity, and the one that comes to my mind most at the moment is women's rights. And certainly, when we look at the church and we look at the world, the dignity of women is not always what it should be.
What nations right now are the nations where women are having the most problems, where the Sisters of Mercy are active in trying to turn things around?
Well, certainly the United States, because trafficking in the United States is an issue. I believe that in some of the Asian countries, this is a big problem. Those come to my mind right now, but I think the trafficking of women into prostitution and into slavery, really modern slavery, is something that we're very concerned with, and would hope that our associates and partners in ministry would be concerned also.
There's a whole department in the United Nations down in New York City which is focused on that particular issue, slavery for women and women's rights and everything. Do you work with the United Nations on that as well?
Yes, we have a non-governmental organization, an NGO in the United Nations, with sisters who again monitor what's going on internationally and feed that back to our Justice Committee, which then communicates with all of us.
How effective have the Sisters of Mercy been so far in this area? It's a worldwide problem.
Well, I think we're trying to educate. I know we have educated in our hospitals, in our women coming into our emergency rooms, helping staff to understand what they should look for in terms of signs. We've educated in our colleges. We've certainly done a lot of demonstrations on human trafficking. We write and communicate. We're part of a coalition. We don't do a lot of this on our own. We're part of a coalition of other religious congregations, and there's a human trafficking newsletter that is published and goes quite widely on the internet. So I think educationally and acting, and then certainly if we suspect that this is happening, we would contribute to the law engaging in this.
Now, poverty still exists in the country, and the Sisters of Mercy have been working for all of your 150 years to fight, poverty. How is that going? It's still around, but have you been effective in it at all?
Well, we certainly haven't eradicated it, but I think on a one-on-one basis, we have done wonders. Many of our sisters work or sponsor soup kitchens. Here locally, we have an organization in Rensselaer called Circles of Mercy that reaches out with clothing and food, and also training, education. We do income tax help so that people can avail themselves of earned income tax credits, so that we do what we can in a direct service arena, but also try to advocate at both state and national levels for changes in policy and legislation.
Now, the Sisters of Mercy have a volunteer corps where people that are not Sisters of Mercy can become a part of your corps and support. Talk about the volunteer corps a little bit.
Well, it's usually, it attracts younger people who are willing to give a year of service. It's somewhat like the Peace Corps.
Okay.
And Mercy Volunteer Corps places people in needy areas throughout the country where our sisters are, and usually 2 or 3 volunteers live together in close contact with the Sisters of Mercy. We also have over 3,000 what we call Mercy Associates who who are formed in our tradition, who are attracted by the values of Catherine McCauley and the Sisters of Mercy. So they go through a period of learning about us, and then take a promise to live out of the spirit of mercy. So those 3,000 folks are reaching out in the same way that the sisters are, and just extending our influence throughout the country and the world.
What is a Mercy Associate exactly? Is it someone that can, have a regular job Monday through Friday and still assist the sisters, or is it something different?
No, it's what you describe. It's women and men who work and live their lives, but they also try to associate themselves with some work of mercy. For example, one of our chaplains at St. Peter's is a Mercy Associate. The man who actually operates Circles of Mercy is a Mercy Associate. There are many associates who support our elderly sisters in a friendly, supportive way. So they continue to live their lives, but they're particularly attracted by the charism, the value of mercy. So they want to be closer associated with us.
Now, in the United States of America, the Sisters of Mercy have 25 elementary schools, and as I said, I'm proud to be a graduate of one of them. You have over 40 high schools in the country, and you have 16 colleges and universities. Wow, that is a big impact on the education system in the United States of America.
Well, some of those schools are not in the U.S. Some of them are in Central and South America, Guam, for example. That is a huge impact on education, and I think education has been our forte for a long time, along with institutionalized health care.
Tell us about a Sister of Mercy elementary school.
Well, let's talk locally about Blessed Sacrament.
Sure.
One of our sisters is the principal at Blessed Sacrament.
Sister Patricia.
In Albany. And there are a couple of Sisters of Mercy who still teach in the school, but primarily the faculty is lay faculty. And again, they've been formed in the charism by association with the sisters. But Blessed Sacrament School is in an area of the city where there is a lot of need, and the children who go to Blessed Sacrament are children who are needy, and we're happy that we can continue to sponsor that school along with the parish at Blessed Sacrament.
You get a special education there, or at any Sister Mercy elementary school, don't you? It's a special feeling.
Well, I hope so, because I hope it
It's a chance to brag.
Yeah, it embodies the values of the Sisters of Mercy. So the sense of wanting to be in relationship with these children, truly caring about them, forming them in the Christian Catholic tradition, instilling in them a sense of service. Those are some of the qualities that I think you would find in a Catholic educational institution. And
that would be the same thing for your Sister Mercy high schools and colleges as well, right?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Now, you're celebrating 150 years. Where are the Sisters of Mercy headed now for the next 150 years? What do they want to do now? Keep on keeping, or they got other things they want to do?
Well, I think that we're guided by our every 5-year chapter, where we set the direction, and certainly the critical concerns. I only mentioned immigration, but violence and poverty and women's rights. Another big area that we're very concerned about is Earth and what's happening to the degradation of Earth. So our direction is set from those chapters. It would be like a strategic plan, and then we try to work hard on those issues over these intervening 5 years, and then as we gather again, looking at the world and what it is that we're able to bring to bear on some of the problems of the world. That would be what we hope for in the next 150.
Well, Sister Gail Waring, I want to thank you very much for joining us. I want to wish you a happy anniversary, and thank you and all the Sisters of Mercy for their great work.
Thank you, Joe. Nice to be here.
I'm Joe Condon. Our guest this week has been Sister Gail Waring, who is helping the Sisters of Mercy around the world celebrate their 150th anniversary. Go look up a Sister of Mercy today. They're really good folks. Have a wonderful day.